Hmm. I, I, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm trying to collect my thoughts here. What's up, kid? Steelers draft. They draft an offensive tackle in the third round. I'm not understanding that one, guys. I'm gonna let this sink in for a minute. I'm gonna share out the stream, guys, and then we gonna dive into this thing, man. And we're gonna recap. We'll recap, what transpired in the second round and the third round. I've done my individual videos and quick streams in regards to, the second and the first third round pick. There's that guy Tavarius Moore. I see that the Niners have drafted. Steelers brought him in for a pre-draft visit as well, so I'm familiar with his name. But I got to tell you guys, I'm a little perplexed that man, I don't understand, man. I don't understand. I don't understand. So I'm just waiting for a few of you guys to get up in here, man, and then I'll kick it off. So yeah, Captain Spartan, I also was hoping it would be Dorian O'Daniel. My best guess, man, is maybe they feel like they're gonna get value in the later rounds. It's not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick, I guess. And I think, like what you're saying, the Steelers probably feel like they need some depth. It's clear that they may be picking for depth in certain areas, which, again, we need depth in inside linebacker and outside linebacker. You have to consider that there's no Hubbard is gone now, so you lost a piece there. But very odd pick. Now, JC, I won't say this is the worst we've ever drafted. I'm not going to agree with that. I think the players that we did draft, the first 3 picks, have potential to be special players for us at some point. Definitely, I think Terrell Edmonds is going to be a special player. I think James Washington is going to come right in, and he's going to get playing time. Obviously Mason Rudolph is not going to play right away, and obviously I can't even pronounce the kid's name, to be honest, that we just drafted, the tackle. He's not going to play right away either, and I think that's the part that kind of bothers me a little bit, is the fact that I want to see us go after areas that's going to help us now, which I understand the future as well. And shout outs to Alex Kazor, one of the writers over at SteelersDepot.com. He basically had the same sentiment, is that it's not to say that drafting the quarterback is a bad idea, where, Ben is saying he wants to play 2 or 3 more years, so maybe you still have some time to sit on that. It's not that Mason Rudolph was a bad pick. It's just that you kind of want to see what they're going to do to win now. And I understand that from a fan's perspective, but from a business perspective, I understand them going out and trying to get more depth and things of that nature. So I get it. So let me see what a couple of what you guys are saying, man, and then I'll give my final thoughts on the night. And like Tony just said, why? Why the tackle? I get it, but I don't get it. I would much rather see them try to address that for depth later in the draft. I don't think it's necessary in the third, unless you think this guy's really going to be the truth. Now, I don't know. You got to look at a guy like Villanueva. Maybe, you look at the tackles. Marcus Gilbert, has had issues as far as, he had his suspension. He's had injury issues. So you never know. I mean, you definitely need valuable guys. So I'm not going to overall hate it. It's just I don't love it. Okay, I don't love it at this point in the third round, especially since we don't have a fourth, especially since now we traded one of the 7th-round picks away to come up and get Mason Rudolph. So now you're counting on the 5th, 6th, and 7th round. We didn't add any depth in inside linebacker, which was an area we thought they were going to go. They've had opportunity to take some valuable guys. Now, again, it's the guys who are still out there. Shaquem Griffin is one. And I know people are mixed on him because of, obviously his handicap. There's my man Dorian O'Daniel is out there. There's a lot of players still out there. So maybe the Steelers feel like the way things are falling, there's going to be valuable pieces that they can acquire in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round. Maybe that's how they're feeling. I don't know. I'm not in the war room. I don't know, man. I don't know. So somebody asked, you excited about Mason Rudolph? Yeah, I'm excited about the potential. I like Mason Rudolph. I said that a long time ago. I said that I thought the Steelers would pull the trigger and mess around and shock the world and take him in the 1st round if it wasn't going to be a safety or a linebacker. So I'm not mad at the fact that it's Mason Rudolph. It's just that I could understand the sentiment of those feeling like that doesn't help us win today. That's a guy that's clearly not going to play today. And looking at it right now, we've only drafted 2 players who are going to play immediately. Unless this tackle takes somebody's spot, we know Mason Rudolph is not going to take Ben's spot. So I think that's the part that's a little hurtful to fans is we're looking for guys who can play now. Excuse me. Austin says, I was thinking Shaquem Griffin. Yeah, I thought so too maybe at that point. Maybe he's going to fall till later. MDFS Fan 04 says, I'm a huge fan, but y'all did way better than my team, the Buccaneers. Okay. I can see that. Nathan Gasson says, could have got Hurst or Harrison Phillips. Steelers have officially clocked out of the draft, just like last year when they drafted a long snapper. I'm not ready to say that, man. Listen, again, I understand the sentiment, but I think if we look at what we've actually drafted, I don't think you can say that they clocked out of the draft. They drafted good players. It's just that, again, we're looking at it from a fan standpoint where we want it to be a win now mentality. And I get it. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying don't let our feelings overshadow what they have actually added. I think, again, I like Terrell Edmonds. I like him. He has some room to improve like every college player, but I like that pick. Very versatile, can play both spots, can play dime linebacker. I like that. I like James Washington a whole lot. Playmaker. You know what I'm saying? He's like a smaller version of Juju as far as their determination and their ability and, combat catches. I like these guys. I like Mason Rudolph. Do I like taking a quarterback in this draft that much? Not necessarily because, again, he's not going to play this year. But that's the only thing I don't like. I'm not going to say the Steelers clocked out of the draft. I mean, it's nowhere near as close as when they took a long snapper. It's just my opinion. Tristan says, let me get back to your comment, my man. I went past it. He says, I'm late to the stream, so this tackle is a good move as far as a talent goes. I don't know much about him. Maybe some of you guys might know who that guy is. I have no idea. I know nothing about that tackle. I have no clue. Official said, this draft has been something to see, honestly weird, and any other words to fit it. Very, very true. Baller23 said, we lost Hubbard and we need some insurance because of the age of our line. That's very true, Baller. That is very true. My man Tony, we talked about that today. So again, what I would say to us fans, man, is I know how we feel, but again, from a roster depth and future standpoint, I'm sure they have a board and positions, and I would have thought for sure they would have gone inside linebacker a lot sooner. Could we consider this? Maybe the guys that they wanted are off the board. Maybe with what's his name? Kevin Colbert. Maybe what Kevin Colbert said is correct. He didn't feel like there were many, playmakers or difference makers in that position. Maybe Vander Esch and maybe guys like Rashaan Evans were really the main cogs. These guys were the guys they wanted. Or what if some magical thing happened and Roquan Smith would have failed? Or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around why we haven't gone inside linebacker as early as we have. But again, I don't know what they're looking for. I just don't necessarily agree with taking the tackle when we took the tackle. But Bala 23 makes a great point. Bang Dover says, who was there that I'm not thinking about? I don't know either, man. There's some people. Oh, I know when my boy was there. I like Dorian O'Daniel a lot. I think Chris Worley was still there. It's some linebacker depth still out there. Absolutely. And, it is what it is. Let's see what else. Captain Spartan says, the only thing is I guess this means we don't have confidence in Gerald Hawkins. Very good point. Austin said we should have drafted Shaquem Griffin. Very good point. Shaquem could still be there in the 5th round, though, guys. Don't let's not look past that. Big Ben says, I think Landry Jones is going to be the chopping block, probably. Tony says, however, we do need a linebacker. We do. And we need outside help as well. That's the thing that's shocking. And it even sounded like, Art Rooney II was saying they felt like it was going to be a defensive-heavy draft. So far, there's only one defensive player in the first 3 rounds. That's pretty crazy. DMTJ2834 says, if we wanted a quarterback, why not Jackson? Also, if we wanted an O-line, I would have rather had gone guard. And possibly. But again, let's I don't want to say let's get off of the Lamar Jackson thing, but let's be honest, guys. Lamar Jackson doesn't fit anything that the Steelers do in terms of quarterback. Now, if we're saying we're going to build the offense around him, I see it. I don't even see how he fits in the Ravens organization again, unless they're going to rebrand. I just don't see his style of play working in the AFC North, if that makes sense. I don't see it. He's probably going to be a good, NFL player. I don't know. I'm not confident that Lamar Jackson fits the style of offense that we've seen from the Ravens, as well as what we know that how we run our offense in Pittsburgh. It could have given us a different dimension. But again, I don't know why anybody thinks that the Steelers were going to draft Lamar Jackson. Nah, not as early as he went. That wasn't going to happen. Let's see. JC says, I think it's the worst because we could have been Edmonds were there in the second, could have traded up in the first. It's all, listen, let me tell you something. Again, I'm not happy with the picks as far as the tackle, and I'm not mad at Mason Rudolph, but I didn't necessarily want to see a quarterback this year. But this is the stuff that I was talking to Tony about earlier today. Listen, this is just the way I choose to live, man. I can't judge what these people are doing in their profession. I have no idea what they're looking at. I'm not going to sit here and say they were stupid. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we could have got so-and-so in the next round. You don't know that. Who knows that? How do you know who's going to be somewhere and when they're going to be somewhere? Excuse the water running there, guys, down here in the basement. But who knows that? There's no way for you to know that a player is absolutely going to be there at a certain point. So I think that's just wishful thinking when we say, oh, well, we could have got this guy in the 3rd round. And nobody knows that. I didn't see it coming either, Kenyon. That was a shocker. I know it was a depth pick. And listen, I agree. I agree with what everybody is saying. It was a depth pick. But depth-wise, inside linebacker and outside linebacker needs some help. Now, I knew that signing a guy like John Bostic and signing Morgan Burnett, they were going to be security blankets, but I didn't think they would be riding into it this heavy. It's almost like they really leaning on John Bostic. And not to mention, I don't think Vince Williams is necessarily the greatest guy either as a starter. So I'm a little concerned as far as inside linebacker. We'll see. We'll see what else they're going to do. We'll see how else they draft. I don't know, man. I'm a little disappointed with that pick, the tackle. A little disappointed by that one. Let me see what else you guys got here. Could be worse. You could be a Patriots fan on draft night. We trade our picks for lower picks, then trade those picks. Not even 5 minutes later, I would rather draft talent. I feel you. Browns fan here. I think Mason can turn into something special. Good luck to your Steelers. Hey, good luck to your Browns. Listen, I'm one of those guys, man, that I like the competitive division. You know, I don't like Browns being what the Browns have been the last several years, and Cincinnati not being able to make anything out of their talent. I want a competitive division. Of course, we all want to win the division, but I want a competitive division. Still sharpen steel. So when it's time to go play other people, we smashing them. We running through the playoffs. You know, the AFC North would be built for that. And, you know, it's no fun, in my opinion, to where you look at a team and be like, oh, it's Cleveland. I don't like that. So good luck to the Browns. The talent is there. You know, you guys have had some talent the last couple of years. They just got to put it together. DMTJ says, I'm not mad, just confused. We got a small window to work with. And now that right there, I'm with you. That's how I am. That's what I'm saying. As a fan, I'm upset, but I just don't subscribe to that business of saying that what they did was dumb or they could have did this. Listen, man, somebody can critique the way you do your job. You feel me? I'm just not built like that. I just don't do that. You know, like I said, my parents are here visiting this weekend. They're right upstairs. Maybe they instilled that in me. I just don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy for me to sit on the sideline and tell somebody what they're doing wrong. You know what I mean? I just don't have to agree with the decision. I don't agree with that tackle at all. I don't agree. I didn't want a quarterback taken this year, but I understand why you take Mason Rudolph in the third. I get it. Malik Jefferson was gone. No, he wasn't. Oh, yeah. Malik Jefferson was gone. You're right. After we picked Mason Rudolph. Yeah, you're right. See the Bengals are stockpiling, man. They got Sam Hubbard and Malik Jefferson, so they trying to make some noise. Kenyon Wright says they pick for value. Absolutely. Low-Key Savage said it was smart to draft a quarterback. He got to learn from Big Ben and be ready to go when his time comes. Exactly. It's a perfect time to draft a quarterback that you like. You know, you let Ben groom him for 2 years or so. There it is. So I get that. But that tackle is a stretch. My man Tony says, don't forget we have a Hall of Fame offensive line coach. Absolutely. Okay. So Brian Kimball says Ronnie Harrison was sitting right there at that last pick. So let me ask you a question. We have Morgan Burnett. Okay. We have Sean Davis. We have the kid Nat Burhay, who's going to be obviously a special teams guy, but he plays safety. And we drafted Terrell Edmonds. Drafting Ronnie Harrison, I think if you were going to do that, you would have did it earlier. You feel what I'm saying? There's no way I think they were going elsewhere safety. I think that was done. As soon as they made if you go safety first round, it's a wrap. There's no way the Steelers was going to come back in the second or third and get a safety. No way. No way. Don't see that would have happened. So if you was thinking Ronnie Harrison that they was going to take him at that point, nah, that would have been a little bit reaching as far as thinking they would have done that. I don't think they definitely would not have done that after drafting a safety in the first round. We still need a linebacker and a tight end. Yeah, man, look, rounds 5, 6, and 7 is going to have to be important, and there's only 3 picks now. And that's the part, too. Did we have to trade up to get Rudolph 3 spots? What y'all think? I can't remember who was in between time, but do you think those teams that was in between there was going to pick Rudolph? I don't know. Y'all tell me. I think we might could have sat there and still got him at 79, and then we still would have 2 7-round picks, but what do I know? Again, I can't criticize him. I'm just saying I don't understand that, but it is what it is. Beetlejuice says, I'm really tired of this. Okay. COVID has lost it. Okay. Well, that's your opinion. let's not forget the people that Colbert and Tomlin have drafted. So it's all opinions, guys. And again, I'm agreeing with y'all. I didn't like that tackle, but I don't think I'm upset with any of the first 3 picks, to be truly frank. I would have preferred to have gone inside linebacker much sooner, but again, let's just assume that Vander Esch and Rashaan Evans were the guys. It changes, it causes you to deviate from your plan. And again, there's guys that we like. I'm pounding the table for Dorian O'Daniel and Shaquem Griffin, and I want these guys, but we don't know how they are evaluating that talent. That's all I'm saying, guys. It's easy for us to say what we should do, what they should do, but we don't know the evaluation process. That's all I'm saying. Let's be upset, but let's chill out on saying how stupid they are. Because to me, I'm not gonna follow a team, if I don't believe in their philosophy. Like, as much of a Steelers fan that I am, if I really didn't like everything about them, then why am I a fan? You understand what I'm saying? I can disagree, but I'm just not that guy that's going to just stick around. Oh, they so stupid, they suck, but I'm rooting for them every Sunday. Nah, I'm not doing that. That's just me. I ain't telling y'all how to live. That's just me. Kenyon says, saw him play against USC. You build from both lines. Got you. Matt Brummel said, just hope we can get Griffin, because if we do, he can help on the edge and on our inside. Absolutely. Kenyon also says the inside linebackers that were on the board were gone. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the guys that was on their board were already up out of there. And maybe they feel like now they're just going to, grab some guys later on. We'll see. But it would be very shocking to me if they continue to go offensive. I think from here on out, I was done with Rudolph in Washington. But if they go offensive anywhere else, I really ain't going to understand that. Beetlejuice says, this is our last year to contend, and instead we give up on this team. Yes, okay. It's your opinion, brother. John Carlos Burgos said, I know they have a way of working the draft, and I'm okay with Mason Rudolph, but I think it's time for some linebacker help. Absolutely. I 100% agree. Now, look, Beetlejuice says, Colbert is arrogant. Oh, God. I'm not even going to end it. See, this is what I'm saying, man. We don't know these people personally. I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to beat up on you. I'm just saying I just don't have this mentality that you have, man. I don't know these people personally. You saying the man is arrogant. And whatever, dog. Kenya Wright says, Sim, in Baltimore, they are setting up to start. This is Flacco's last year of his contract. Yep, you're right. Let's see. Only going to read a few more of these guys. Yeah, Chris Worley and Jalen Holmes are still sitting out there. Chris Worley, if you guys remember, they brought him in for a pre-draft visit. So let's keep an eye on that. J.J. Walker says we drafted a tackle because Marcus Gilbert is getting up there in age. Yeah, absolutely true. And again, he had the PED issue last year, and he's been injured quite often. Dorian Daniel went to the Chiefs. Well, let's take him off the board. Wow, Daniel is gone. Well, there you have it. Okay, you said 7th rounder to get Rudolph easy. Yeah, I agree. But what I'm asking is, do you think did we need to come up to get Rudolph? 3 spots. I'm asking you guys, because maybe y'all might know a little more than I did as far as who was in front of us, what the probability was. That's all I'm asking. Did we need to move up 3 spots? Could we still have gotten Rudolph at 79 and not 76 is what I'm asking. 7th round pick is worth trading up for Rudolph. Bengals. Okay, y'all saying the Bengals. Okay, got you. All right, then that makes sense. I get it. See, I appreciate that. Frankie says he loves the wide receiver. I do as well. Gilbert has been getting hurt. Yep, I just said that. All right, so let me read a couple more, guys, and then we get up out of here. Beetlejuice says, see the Eagles fans hold their team. Man, listen. If you acting like nobody here is holding the Steelers accountable, you're completely missing the ship here, brother. What I'm saying is, I am just as upset as everyone else that we have not won number 7. I didn't necessarily like the pick we just got for the tackle. I've been on record, go back and look at my other videos, who have wanted us to pick in the first 2 rounds. All I'm saying is I am not the person that sits back and acts like I can do their job better than they're doing it. I have no idea what all the factors are. All I could do as a Steeler fan, and I can call myself a quote-unquote Steeler beat writer to some degree now, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm confused by that pick, but that's it. I'm not going to sit here and say Kevin Colbert is arrogant and he needs... I'm not doing all that. I'm just not doing that. But, you know, you're free to do it. Go ahead. You can do that. Now, that long snapper pick was absolutely stupid. Now, there you go. I agree with you. I didn't like that. But again, I'm not going to say I could do that man's job better than he does it. It's a possibility that Chris Worley could be there. At this point, man, if we better get somebody at inside linebacker, and I'm not playing. I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if it was the last 3 picks was inside, outside, or inside, outside. But we need linebacker depth. And just like Kenyon just says, man, every pick doesn't work out. This is what I don't get, Kenyon. We act like the Steelers is the only team that's had these scenarios. Every pick doesn't work, people. It doesn't. Does the name Jamarcus Russell ring a bell? Every pick doesn't work. It just doesn't. But like I said, I am not a professional scout. I'm not a GM. I can't tell them how to do their job. I can just give my opinion. But yeah, I think that's about it, man. How I feel, guys, to go ahead and sum this up, and we'll be done with this one tonight. And, you know, tomorrow I'll wait and see what the picks are, 5, 6, and 7, and I'll do that as a collective stream sometime later that night. Obviously, I like Terrell Edmunds. It surprised me. I didn't think that Edmunds was going to be the guy in the first round, but I did like him. Obviously, there was something they liked over him more than they liked about Justin Reed and or Jesse Bates and or Ronnie Harrison. But I'm not upset with that pick, especially hearing him speak. He seems like a good kid. Seems like he comes from we know he comes from a great pedigree. We'll see what he brings to the table, but I'm not disappointed with that pick. I love the James Washington pick. You know, wide receiver wasn't where I wanted to go necessarily in the second, but once we found out about Martavis Bryant being traded, I said, okay, guys, Steelers may go with a wide receiver in the first round. I thought maybe they might have jumped out there and got Cortland Sutton or DJ Chalk, one of these guys. Or what did I say last night? Keep an eye on James Washington in the second. He went in the second. Mason Rudolph, liked the pick overall, just didn't necessarily like picking a quarterback in this year's draft because, again, I have the win now mentality as well. Ben has basically said 2 to 3 more years, but I get why you do it. If he's the guy. What did I say, guys? Go back and look a couple weeks ago on Terrible Towel Tuesday when I said they're going to draft Mason Rudolph in the first. What I've been saying this whole time is, hey, why not get a quarterback right now where he has 2 to 3 years to learn from Ben Roethlisberger? Not mad at the decision. Would I have gone quarterback? Maybe not. But I get why they did it if that's the guy they like. This offensive tackle, I don't like that pick. I understand the depth and all that. I fully agree with you guys with saying that. But I think we needed depth elsewhere. But, again, maybe the guys that they ranked high in the first 1 to 3 rounds in the inside linebacker department were off the board, which most of us said it would be Evans, Van Der Esch, and some of these other guys. Maybe they didn't rank these other guys as high as we did. Van Der Esch, Evans gone. Maybe they say, okay, let's deviate and let's go back and get some of these guys in the back end that'll be there 5, 6, and 7. That's all I can say about that. I don't know. We'll see. But let's see what happens tomorrow. And I love all the conversation, guys. And you know, I hope none of you guys ever think that I'm, you know, singling out someone or I'm beefing with you or nothing. No, we're just talking. You know, I love you all, guys. You guys all just the same. You as well, Beetlejuice. I just don't necessarily agree with the philosophy, but that's your opinion. And, you know, you're entitled to have it. I'm just the type of person that speaks on things. I'm just a real one, you know. So, no beef. love you guys commenting, and I love the opposite dynamics because, you know, it gives us a good contrast to talk about. You know, it's all dialogue here. It's all love. So that's going to do it, guys. Let's see. Dobbs or Landry? I think probably Landry. Save that money. And I think Wilcox is definitely going to be the guy that's out the door as well. But there you are, guys. That's all I got for tonight, man. You guys have been phenomenal in terms of the feedback and, you know, your comments and support with these streams the last 2 days. I definitely appreciate it. And, yeah, we'll get back at it again tomorrow, guys. No, Beetlejuice, you good, man. It's no hard feelings. I just want to make sure, because, you know, some people say, man, you talk aggressively. I'm like, nah, I ain't being aggressive. It's just how I am. You know what I mean? But, oh, Ryan Wilson in the building from Richmond, baby. Cap City, what you know about that 804? What you know? Y'all notice I said 04, right? What you know about that 804, man? But, yeah, that's it, guys. Make sure y'all continue to be active in the comments. I'll come back and check and see what y'all got to say in there. And let's hope and pray we get some inside linebacker action tomorrow. All right, y'all be good. Catch you guys sometime tomorrow night. Be easy, be safe, and we'll see you in a bit. Peace.